this is Bobby and I'm here with another video. And this is going to be a Readathon TBR video. This is going to be for the Reindeer Readathon. Takes place through the entire month of December, and it's a reindeer themed readathon. And it is also a team-based readathon, which I will be on Team Nutcracker. These are randomly assigned teams, which I really like the idea of that because you just don't know which team you're going to be on. I thought it was great. I'm very excited for this one. I absolutely love Christmas time. It's one of my favorite times of the year. I have my little Santa right here. I also have one of those ceramic Christmas trees. Mine was from Halloween, but I just changed out the little lights, and yes, and we already started decorating our house and everything. We started before the end of November. I'm filming this on December 1st, so yes. Well, let's get started because this is a pretty big TBR because there are 9 actual prompts plus 2 bonus prompts plus a group book. I am trying to finish this thing 100%. As you know, I like to try and go for the highest goal I possibly can because why not? I'm also reading a ton of books because of the audiobooks that I can listen to at work. So let's get started. Let's do this. I'm very excited. So first off, we have the group book, which was one that I had actually started in November, but I only got like 20 pages in, and I want to finish it because I'm absolutely adoring it. And that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I am so excited for this one. I started reading it more today. Really sat down on reading it to and from work as well on my break, and I'm about 80 pages in, and I am absolutely loving this book so much. I cannot wait to see where this goes. V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors. All of her books have either been 4 or 5 stars, so I am excited to see how this goes. Also, for the prompts, each one has different points, and at the end, you total them up. Whichever team has the most wins. I'm very excited for that. I have never been on a winning team yet, so I'm hoping for this. So, alright. First one is Dasher, which is 15 points, and it's a book with a one-word title. I was planning on reading this book next anyway, like, regardless. Sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. It's probably the mailman coming. But I wanted to read this, and it happened to have a one-word title, so that totally worked out for me, and I started listening to the audiobook today at work, and that is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I have become a huge fan of Brandon Sanderson. I dived into his writing earlier this year, and I am hooked. I cannot wait to read all of his books. You can see right there that I have bought all of his books, and this will be my 5th book by him that I'm reading, so I cannot wait to get deeper in. I started this one. I'm about 30% done with the audiobook, and I love it so much already. Like, I cannot wait to see where this story's going because it's phenomenal so far. Prompt number 2 is Dancer, and that is for 10 points, and it's a companion novel or a sequel, as in a dancing partner. I read the first book for this series last month in November, and it was 5 stars, instantly became a favorite of mine, and I wanted to catch up, finish. I'm not sure how many books are in this series, but I need to know what's going to happen. Like, I know it's like the farthest you can get from a Christmassy themed book, but you know what? I don't care because I need to know. And that is Harrow the Ninth by Tasman Muir. I absolutely loved Gideon the Ninth. Like I said, it was 5 stars. I loved absolutely everything about that book. It was funny, it was sci-fi, it was queer, it was freaking necromancers in space, and it was just amazing. I cannot wait to get into this one. I don't think you have to read these in any specific order, but I'm probably going to be going in order with this one because as soon as I'm done with Warbreaker, this is like my top book I want to read. Like, I cannot wait to read this because, like I said, I loved Gideon so freaking much, and that ending, oh, that ending got me shook. So I can't wait to see what happens. For prompt number 3 is Prancer, and that is worth 15 points, and it's a book with a map in it. The edition of this book I have is split into 2, but I will be counting it as one because I'll be listening to the audiobook at work, and I'll be listening as one audiobook, so whatever. And that is The Way of the Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Casimir series. I mean, not Casimir, of the Stormlight Archive series. I am so pumped for this one. Like, I don't even know what these are about. I've managed to avoid everything about it because I want to go in just like completely blind and just get ready. And like I said, I have the 2 book series of this one, and it does have a map. I was like, before opening the book, I'm like, please have a map, because I want to read you. Oh, thankfully, it does. So, yes. The next prompt is for Vixen, and that one is worth 25 or 20 points depending on how you take the prompt, and that is to read a book with the word fox or with a picture of a fox on it. If you have trouble with that, you can read a book that has a strong female main character. I will be going with the actual prompt of a fox. I have been saving this book for a while. I actually only have the Kindle edition of it, and that is The Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. I've had this book on my Kindle for, I think, since it came out, and just never got around to reading it. I kept putting it off, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I think this is like the only book that I have that has like a picture of a fox and has fox in the title, so it works. I'm excited. This will be my first Julie Kagawa book. I actually have The Immortal Rules. I just never got around to reading it. I haven't been in a big vampire mood, so I'll be waiting on that one still, but I can't wait to get to this one. Number 5 is Comet, and it's worth 30 points, and it is a book you find intimidating. This book is like the most intimidating to me, besides It, which I read back in October. That book has been like clawing at me since like I was young, and I really got into reading, and I just never, because how big it is. Everyone keeps talking about this book, but just the size of it scares me. But I wanted to read it. It was one of the books that I wanted to read no matter what before the end of the year. Well, I'm in December, so I don't have very much more of the year to go, so let's do this. That is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Yes, big. I think The Way of the Kings is like the same exact size as it, but like split it in 2, so it doesn't look as intimidating. But this book is super high fantasy. It's got dragons and stuff, but my thing is that it has multiple point of views, which for me is always kind of daunting, because there's always going to be that one point of view that I don't like, and from what a lot of people say about it, there is a point of view that you don't like, so that kind of scares me away from it. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. Like, staring at all these books like side by side, I think they're all pretty big, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get all of this done in this month, but you know what? I'm shooting for it. You gotta do this. So, yes, that one is, scaring me just looking at it though. Let's see here. For number 6 is Cupid, and it's worth 10 points, and it's read a genre that you love. I'm going with one of my new favorite genres. It's always been a genre I enjoy. I love this genre of movies. It's one of my favorites, but I'm starting to get more into the actual reading genre, and why I never did before, I don't know, because it's one of my favorites. So I'm going with sci-fi. Like, I've really bought a lot of sci-fi books lately because I really want to get more into it, because I just always enjoy sci-fi style anything. So I'm going to be going with The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I've heard this is a great book if you like Star Trek and stuff like that. I'm really excited for this one. I have had this, I've heard about it a couple months ago, and I've been dying to read it since, and this felt like a perfect time to do that. So I can't wait for this one. I'm very excited. That one I might bump up my list of the orders, because like I said, I don't think you have to read these in any particular order. So I think I might be one of the like top books that I want to read. Let's see here. So for prompt number 7 is Donner, and that's 15 points, and it's a book with something hidden inside. It could be something hidden under the dust jacket. It could be something hidden like on the open, can't remember what they are, but like the flaps and stuff, or title heads or anything like that. I love this series. I've read the first 2 books this year and they were both 5 stars, and I'm dying to finish the series before the end of the year, and I'm very excited, and this definitely has a lot of hidden parts to it. And that is going to be Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is another sci-fi book. But the hidden stuff is that these books are told with like a very multimedia style platform, and like it has text. It's got like pictures, it's got all kinds of stuff, just like crazy things hidden throughout it. This is the third and last book of the series. I absolutely loved Illuminate. It was 5 stars. I read Gemina, not last month, but in October, and it was 5 stars. I absolutely adored it. So I cannot wait to finish the series. I want to know what it's going to go with, but this is definitely hidden things, as well as I will be doing the audiobook with that, with following along completely with the book, because the audiobooks are full cast sound effects and everything, and it's amazing. Like, it's an experience to do both, because there's so many things that you miss out if you don't read the physical book, but the sound effects and everything just bring it more to life. So I will be doing the dual like I did for the other 2 books. For prompt number 8 is Blitzen, and it's 20 points, and it's a book with some sort of struggle, internal struggle, war, battle. I wanted to get in at least one Christmassy like book, because none of these are, and it is one of my all-time favorite movies. It is one of my top movies that I have to watch in during December, and I have never actually read the book. And how, I don't know, because I think I own like 3 different copies of the book. But I am going to be reading A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I love A Christmas Carol. It is one of my, I will watch literally every single version of it. I don't care. Like, the Muppet ones is amazing. The Diva one that aired on like HBO when I was a kid, amazing. Just all of them. I love everything about it, and it's definitely an internal struggle for Scrooge, and I cannot wait to actually finally read this. Like, I'm super excited. This is just my pretty fancy. I have a just A Christmas Carol edition, but I wanted to show off my beautiful one because it matches, and it's extra Christmassy, and it's all gold, and it's pretty. So there we go. On to the last actual prompt before we get into the special prompts that are bonuses. So this last one is prompt number 9, and it is worth 20 points as well, and it's a book where the main character doesn't seem to fit in. So they're an outsider, a misfit, something about them. They just don't fit in. I'm kind of taking a gamble with this one, but I'm gonna take it that a lot of people in this don't like fit in. But I have been in a huge horror comic like kick, and I want to stick with that, and I've been dying to read this one, and I finally got it, so I'm definitely gonna do it. And that is Black Hole by Charles Burns. This is a graphic novel, like I said, and this is like teenagers and stuff start catching this, like, it's supposed to be like a kind of like an STD type of thing, but the ones that do, like, crazy shit starts happening to them. It's not like a regular kind of like disease, like weird things happen. I don't know that much about it because I really wanted to go into this blind, because I got this recommended to me because I really ended up falling in love with Junji Ito. So yeah, I'm assuming the people that catch whatever is going around, that they're definitely going to be like outcasts and everything. So I'm super excited for this one. I wanted to get in at least one more comic book or graphic novel before the end of the year, and I've been in such a horror kick since October, and yeah, why not? Let's do some spooky Christmas stuff. Like I said, Christmas Carol is the only Christmassy like thing on this list, and I think it might be the only Christmassy book that I even read. So what can I say? Okay, so for the bonus points, there are some Santa Clauses with this, and it is that you have to use a book, like for the first what you call a bonus prompt, you have to use a book that you've already had to assign to this prompt, and that is A Christmas Star, and it is to read a book that is 500 plus pages. Almost every one of these books are over 500 pages, but the one that I'm going to use to count for double, because it is the most intimidating to me is going to be The Priory of the Orange Tree. I was gonna go with The Way of the King, but I figured I would do this one since this is like the top one that I knew I wanted to read before the end of the year. Even before I got into Brandon Sanderson, this was already on my radar that I wanted to read. So I'm very excited to add that again. So once you finish all of that plus the Christmas star, you have one more prompt, and you can only do this one once you finish everything else, and that is the Slayin' It prompt. And that is to, once you finish your TBR 100%, you can redo a prompt for bonus points. I do not know which book I'm going to go with for this one. I want to see how well I get through this, so this one's going to be like my surprise book. I was trying to pick a book to go with one of these, but you know what? I want to really leave it up to how I'm feeling with it, as well as maybe one of my library audiobook holds will come in. So I might do another Brandon Sanderson, or I might go with the third book in the Nevernight trilogy. It just kind of depends on that and what I'm feeling. I wanted to leave one open. So this is going to be my open one. So I'm very excited. I will update in a vlog on what I go with this one. So I still have a while to go though, because I got all these other books to finish. And like I said, almost every single one of these are over 500 pages. Because why not? Why wouldn't I do that to myself to end out the year? If you've watched any of my other videos, I kind of went balls to the wall for all of my TBRs. Like I just picked the longest and like hugest things, because I've been reading like anywhere from 15 to 25 books a month. So yeah, this is like the smallest TBR I have book-wise, but page-wise it might be one of the top because these books are huge. But there we go. There is my Reindeer Readathon TBR. I'm super excited for this. Like I said, I'm on Team Nutcracker. If you are taking part in this readathon, I would love to know. I'd love to know what team you're on, what books you plan on reading. Are you doing a full Christmassy holiday season type of TBR, or are you going crazy with it like I did and only have one Christmas book? So there we go. That's what's what. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season and happy reading. As always, I'm Bobby, and I will catch you guys later. Bye!